On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the 5 steps to work through emotional pain. What is up, my dear friends? Tyler Stratton, your Heartbreak coach, back at it today with a Happy Heart Academy podcast. And we are talking about how we can begin to gain some emotional resilience and emotional control after our heartbreak. So I hope you find that interesting, and I hope you find it helpful, because ultimately we need to learn how to master our emotion and our emotional well-being during our heartbreak so that we can begin to step in the right direction, which is toward our happiness, which is toward our heart, which is away from our hurt. So today we're going to be talking about 5 different ideas excuse me, to help you move on and let go of the emotional turmoil that can come from a heartbreak. Does that sound good to you? Listen, if you're not a part of the Happy Heart Academy podcast, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast. And if you're not a part of the Happy Heart Academy, be sure to go check out the Happy Heart Academy community at community.happyheartacademy.com, where I teach you on a week-to-week basis, give you premium content to show you how you can begin to move on and let go of the person that you loved or love deeply. I teach you different ways in which you can begin to move on and step more toward your heart rather than your hurt. I hope you understand how you can begin to let go, move on, heal your heart, redesign a better future, how to find yourself, recreate an identity. So much good information is over there at the Happy Heart Academy community. So be sure to go check it out there and go get your heal on. Go get your heal on. Start to step toward your heart rather than your hurt. So let me no longer digress and talk to you today about the 5 steps in which you can begin to work through your emotional pain. And to begin this, I want to say that, if you choose to focus on a negative image and you hold that negative image in your mind long enough, it will cause you to begin to feel miserable and experience a lower quality of life. You might be telling me, you might be saying, well, no kidding. No kidding, Tyler. I'm like, well, I understand, but listen, let's simplify things. Let's make it rather simple to understand what's going on. And what is going on is that you're choosing right now to hold a negative thought in your mind long enough to make you feel the way that you're feeling. The only reason why you're feeling the way that you're feeling is because the thought that you're holding on to. That's it. Change your thoughts, change your life. And I understand how difficult changing your thoughts can be, and we'll talk about how you can change your thoughts on another time. But I just want to start out by saying and helping you become aware and gain that perspective to teach you that, listen, if you change your thoughts, you can change your reality. Choose different thoughts if you're suffering and staying in the negative. If you let go of the thoughts, you let go of them. And when you let go of the thoughts, you can replace them again with good, empowering, heartfelt thoughts that can walk you back toward your happiness. So anyway, I want to get started and talk a little bit more about 5 different ways in which you can begin to open up and move toward happiness and through your own emotional pain so that you can create happiness in return. So here's your roadmap to accomplishing this. Number 1, in order to begin to work through emotional pain, you've got to make space for it. This simply means be okay with whatever you're feeling. A lot of the times we do not accept what we're feeling, therefore we numb out the pain. And when you numb out the pain, you are actually putting emphasis on the pain. You're actually using a lot more energy to subconsciously become aware of the pain. So I need you to just be okay with whatever you're feeling. I don't need you to ignore it. Don't ignore it. Don't try to push it away. Just allow it to be. In other words, just learn to accept it. Whatever it is you're feeling, just learn to accept it. The quicker that you accept it, the quicker you're going to be able to heal it. What you don't accept, you don't heal. What you can't accept, you can't heal. So what I need you to begin to do is learn how to identify the emotion that you're currently experiencing in this dark time. And I need you to just accept it. The same way that you accept a rainy day, the same way you accept a snowy day, the same way you accept a sunny day, the same way you just accept things that are out of your control. The breakup is out of your control. It's not something that I believe that at this point in time you can control. At this point in time, the breakup happened, and what I believe that you can control is you and yourself, and your thoughts, and your emotions, and your heart, and your well-being. So just make space for it, okay? That's the first thing. Make space for it. Allow yourself to heal it, and feel it, because what you don't feel, you don't heal. What you don't accept, you don't heal, because what you don't acknowledge, you won't be able to heal. So let's begin to sit down with our thoughts, identify the emotion that we're experiencing, and then just accept it. Because when you begin to accept it and acknowledge it, you can begin to heal it. Number two, give yourself permission. That's right. Why are you so freaking hard on yourself? Why is it so challenging for you to be kind to yourself? Stop thinking it's not okay to be not okay. Your judgment toward yourself isn't helping you heal. It's not helping you reconnect to your heart. It's saying, the emotions that you're feeling, the thoughts that you're thinking are bad thoughts, and that you shouldn't be feeling this way, and you shouldn't be thinking this way. Well, says who? Who says that you shouldn't be feeling and thinking this way? Who says you shouldn't be hurting? Who says that hurting is bad? Who says I don't know who says these things, but I don't. There's a place for your hurt to take place. If you hurt, that means you loved. If you didn't hurt, it means you didn't love and you didn't give yourself away. And giving yourself away is a beautiful thing. Even if at the end of it is hurtful. Because your hurt can amplify and put an emphasis on your love. Or obviously it can make it shallow. But here at the Happy Heart Academy, we teach you how in the times of hurt and pain, how you can begin to amplify your love rather than disengage it. Don't disengage your love because you were hurt. Amplify it because you were hurt. Love heals all. Hurt simply doesn't. And I just need you to know that you need to give yourself permission to feel the way that you feel. First, you need to make space for whatever it is, right? And be okay with it. Then you need to give yourself permission to just experience those bad thoughts and unwanted emotions. We don't want to feel sad, but we do. We don't want to feel hurt, but we do. We don't want to feel unhappy, but we do. So don't allow your emotions define who you are. They are simply just emotions. They are not who you are. They are just passing clouds in the sky of your mind. And each of these emotions has with it a great lesson to teach you. For example, I didn't know how to love deeply until I learned what it meant to be hurt deeply. I didn't know how to have sympathy until I felt a deep amount of sadness. I didn't know how important kind words were until I knew how deeply hurtful words were. And to help you learn from your emotions and not allow your emotions to define you, try to honestly answer this question. If you are not your emotions, if you are not your thoughts, then what are you? Because right now you feel like you are the emotion, that internal pain, that internal feeling is who you believe you are. Like if you're sad or depressed or upset, that's your identity and that's who you are. Your feelings are who you believe you are. But let's change that and understand that you are not your emotion. You're something so much greater than your emotion. Actually, who you are, just to let you know, you are the awareness behind the emotion. You're the one that recognizes that there is an emotion. There's this calm, peaceful place that you can go inward to, usually during meditation, where you will become the experience. You will become the awareness behind the thought. You will hear your voice. You will see the image in your mind. You will recognize the thought. You will recognize the emotion. You are the awareness behind the emotion. You can sit back and kind of just reflect and be like, okay, I feel that. I am sad. Actually, I am not sad. I am the awareness of this sadness that's going on. And you can begin to think like that. And this helped me pull myself out of my suffering. When I realized that I am not my pain, I am the awareness of the pain, things began to change for me. Because when I am not that thing and I am something else that's aware of that thing, I can begin to change what I am dwelling on. I can change what I'm thinking about. I can change what I'm feeling. So, all of this is to say, if you are not your emotions, what are you? Give yourself permission to just feel what you feel and work on being less judgmental toward the emotions you're feeling, which leads me into number 3 is release judgment. There is no time, I think, there's no good time to judge ever, especially during this time. Part of the reason why you don't allow yourself to feel this dark emotion is really because you judge yourself. And you judging yourself stops the emotion from being felt. It stops the emotion from being experienced. It stops the emotion from being expressed. It puts a pause on it. But know this, the pause doesn't make it go away forever. So instead of putting a pause on this, what you should be doing is you should begin to just allow, once again, yourself to experience and give yourself permission to be able to feel it, to heal it. Basically, what I'm really getting at, guys, here is the 5 ways to work through your emotional pain is to really begin to feel it, to heal it. That's it. That's really, if you understand that, you can turn this podcast off right now. Feel it to heal it. That's how you work through your emotions. I need you to stop putting a pause to your emotion. I need you to stop judging the emotion. I need you to just be aware of the emotion. I then need you to give yourself permission to feel the emotion and then release judgment off of the emotion. Like, yeah, you should be feeling this way. You just lost someone you love. You should be feeling this. Just be like, okay, this is neither good or bad. This is just an emotional experience that I'm currently going through, and it is what it is. Just feel it and see where it takes you. So number 4, after you learn to release judgment from that emotion, like the release judgment from yourself, being like, I should not be feeling this way. I should not be X, Y, and Z. Go ahead and get dirty with it. That's right. Get dirty with it. What? Get your first thing. Get your head out of the gutter. I don't really mean get dirty with your thoughts. What I'm really trying to get is, I want you to go deep and get dirty with it. I want you to go to that dark, unwanted emotion and start to do the real work. I want you to start to get dirty and by asking yourself some certain questions like, what's the source of your pain and emotion you are experiencing? And what does this trigger link to? I need you to start questioning why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. And you need to dig a little bit deeper, because what I've realized is what heartbreaks really do is they break open your heart. They break open your heart to begin to experience past pains that you never healed. So the pain that you're currently experiencing is amplified because the amount of pain that you've put a pause to, that you never released, that you never healed, and heartbreak amplifies that. What you don't heal and what you numb yourself to will eventually come back to haunt you. So when most people get broken up with, this extreme emotional experience begins to take place because the heart doesn't only break, it breaks completely open, and it begins to release a lot of other pain that has entered your life from the past. And all that past pain that was never healed begins to amplify and show up in your life, in your current circumstances. But you feel like it's all about the relationship, and it's not entirely about the relationship. Losing someone is, you're really not just losing that person, you're losing everybody that you've lost prior to that person. You're losing everyone that you've lost prior to that breakup. You're remembering all of the hurt that you haven't released and healed and let go of. That's why it's important to come join the Happy Heart Academy over at community.happyheartacademy.com. The link will be below. The reason why I believe it's so important for you to join the community is because I teach you how to begin to process unwanted emotions, how to begin to heal your unwanted emotions and past pains, so that you don't keep cycling through them throughout your different hurt times in your life. Because at the Happy Heart Academy, we teach you how to live from your heart rather than your hurt. Connecting back with your love center rather than your dark center. And I believe it's going to be a healing place for you. So, lastly, after you get dirty with it, understand where it's coming from and understanding that, ultimately a lot of this emotional pain that you're experiencing is coming from a lot of past emotional experiences that you haven't healed. You need to begin to let it go. Now, this is one of the things that I could spend hours on, and I actually do. I have a really good training over at the Happy Heart Academy, and it's on the VIP side. It's the Happy Heart Academy Accelerating Program. It's under the Happy Heart Coaching side. If you guys are part of the Happy Heart Academy already, go over to the coaching side, and there is a video, an hour training worth of premium content teaching you how to begin to let go and release emotions and release people that you never wanted to release. But letting go of these emotions is the last thing that you really need to do. And really, the idea behind letting it go is once you become aware of your emotion and process those unwanted and negative emotions, you can finally release them. There's tactics and different ways in which you can process those unwanted emotions. Once again, you can find that at the Happy Heart Academy Accelerator Program. You can get that for as low as $20 a month. That's less than $1 a day to actually work on your healing. And it's an incredible place if you feel like you are worth the investment. If you feel like you are worth the happiness, that you deserve to be happy again, be sure to check out the community.happyheartacademy.com. Go over to Reclaim Your Personal Power, click on the link, and it will take you out to understand everything that you're going to get in the community. Like I said, for $20 a month, you can absolutely begin to change your life. So you're worth the investment. You're worth the happiness. You are worth experiencing a better quality of life by building better relationships with yourself, others, God, and everything in between. But it can only begin when you begin to invest in yourself. When you do not invest in yourself, you're really saying that I'm not worth it. When you don't invest in yourself, you're really saying that I can't win. You're really saying that I can't let go. You're really saying that I can't be happy. You're really saying that you are not enough. If you're not worth $20 a month, you're not going to find your happiness. You're going to stay stuck. You are going to find it very difficult to move on and let go. You're going to face the same habitual habits that led you in a poor relationship, that kept you codependent rather than independent, and you'll stay broke because you believe you have these habits of thoughts and beliefs like I myself did, but you'll have these thoughts and habits and beliefs that will keep you stuck from moving on. Like, first thing, yeah, well, letting go is not that easy. That's a common current one. Like, yeah, well, you don't understand. It's easier said than done, Tyler. Okay, well, stay stuck then. I don't want you to stay stuck anymore, but you need to take a chance on you. You need to take a chance on your healing. You need to begin to invest into you, and you can do that at the Happy Heart Academy. Community.happyheartacademy.com. Check out that resource. I will put a link below this, whether it's in the podcast or if you're watching it on YouTube, check out the link below. But nonetheless, you got to let it go. And once you begin to let this go, once again, this emotional let it go, as you free up the internal space, you begin to make room for it and create more clarity, more energy, more love, more focus, more joy, and more power. It's just like cleaning house. You're creating a better space to replace the negative with the positive, with the bad, with the good, take out the trash to create a cleanly home. Once again, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode today on the Happy Heart Academy podcast. My name is Tyler Stratton. I am here as your heartbreak guide, talking to you today about the 5 steps to work through emotional pain. Number 1 being you got to make space for it. You got to be okay with whatever it is you're feeling. Number 2, give yourself permission to feel it. Give yourself permission to feel your pain. Number 3 is you got to release your judgment. Quit judging the way that you're feeling and just feel it. Number 4, question why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. And number 5, you got to learn to let it go. These are the 5 ways that you can begin to work through your emotional pain. If you want more information, like I said, be sure to check out community.happyheartacademy.com. You'll find so many great resources, including my book, the Walk Back to Happiness video course series and ebook, the 60-day Heartbreak Recovery Challenge, and so much more. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, be sure to share it out with a friend who might be fighting a difficult time during their life, and be a dealer of hope. Give away goodness, because heal people heal people.